It may feel at times like nothing is moving in your life, like your prayers are hitting a wall and your efforts are not producing results. But what you cannot see is that God is actively working behind the scenes in your favor, arranging things, shifting circumstances, and preparing blessings that are far greater than what you have imagined, even in moments when everything appears still and silent. There is divine activity taking place on your behalf. Every delay that frustrates you is not a denial, but a sign that something is being aligned perfectly. Every closed door is not meant to stop you, but to guide you toward the right opportunity that is truly meant for you. When you feel overlooked or forgotten, you have to remind yourself that you are not being ignored. You are being positioned. There is a process happening that requires patience and trust. Because if everything came instantly, you would not be ready to handle the magnitude of the blessing that is coming your way. The quiet seasons in your life are not empty. They are full of preparation, growth, and unseen progress. Just like a seed planted in the ground, it may look like nothing is happening on the surface, but underneath, roots are growing stronger, deeper, and more stable. In the same way, your life is developing in ways that you cannot yet recognize. Every challenge you have faced is shaping your character, building your strength, and increasing your capacity to receive what is ahead. Nothing you have gone through has been wasted. Every disappointment has a purpose, every setback has a lesson, and every waiting period is a setup for something greater. You have to choose to trust even when you do not understand, because God's timing is always perfect. Not early, not late, but right on time. When things finally come together, it will make sense why it did not happen sooner. There are blessings being prepared for you that require the right timing, the right mindset, and the right circumstances. And all of that is being arranged right now, even as you read this. Instead of focusing on what is not happening, start believing in what is already in motion. Shift your mindset from doubt to expectation, from fear to faith. Begin to declare that things are turning around, that opportunities are coming your way, that favor is surrounding you. Your words have power. And when you speak positively, you align yourself with what God is doing. Do not let negative thoughts convince you that nothing will change, because change is already happening, even if it is not visible yet. Stay consistent, stay hopeful, and stay faithful, because what is being prepared for you is worth the wait. One moment of favor can change everything. One opportunity can shift your entire life. And when that moment comes, you will realize that every delay, every struggle, and every unanswered prayer was leading you to something far better than you expected. So do not give up now. Do not lose your confidence. Keep moving forward with faith in your heart, knowing that God is working in your favor. And at the right time, everything will fall into place, just the way it is meant to be. What feels like a delay in your life right now can easily be misunderstood as a denial, but in reality, it is often a period of preparation where everything is being carefully aligned in your favor. And if you look closely, you will begin to see that not every closed door is meant to stop you, but to redirect you towards something far better than what you had originally planned. Sometimes you are in a hurry to reach a certain destination, but God can see what lies ahead. He knows which paths will lead to growth and which ones may lead to disappointment. So when something does not work out the way you expected, it is not a sign that you are being rejected. It is a sign that you are being protected. There are moments when opportunities seem perfect on the surface, but they are not aligned with your true purpose. And if you had stepped into them too soon, you might have faced unnecessary struggles That is why patience becomes so important during these seasons, because preparation is not always visible. It is happening quietly, steadily, and intentionally behind the scenes. Every delay is giving you time to grow, to learn, and to become the person who is ready to handle the blessings that are coming your redirection, guiding you away from what is not right and leading you toward what truly belongs to you. There are doors that close because they are too small for where you are going. There are situations that fall apart because they cannot support the future that is ahead of you. And while it may be difficult to understand in the moment, one day you will look back and be grateful that certain things did not work out because they were not part of your bigger purpose. The waiting period is not empty. It is filled with growth, strength, and preparation. It is shaping your mindset, building your resilience, and teaching you to rely on faith instead of immediate results. This is where your character is developed, where your patience is strengthened, and where your belief becomes deeper. You are being prepared not just to receive blessings, but to sustain them, to manage them wisely, and to appreciate them fully. Because when the right opportunity finally comes, it will not feel forced. It will not bring confusion. It will come with clarity, peace, and a sense of alignment that you cannot deny. So instead of seeing delays as something negative, begin to see them as part of a greater process. Trust that timing matters. Trust that everything is being arranged perfectly. And trust that what is meant for you will never miss you. No matter how long it takes, stay faithful during the waiting. Stay positive when things do not go your way. And keep moving forward with confidence, knowing that every delay is bringing you closer to something better, something greater, and something that is truly meant for you. And when it finally arrives, you will understand that the preparation was necessary, the waiting was worth it, and the outcome is far better than anything you could have planned on your own. Without that preparation, even a good opportunity can become overwhelming, and instead of being a blessing, it can turn into a burden. So rather than becoming frustrated, you have to shift your perspective and begin to trust that there is a greater plan unfolding. Even if it does not make sense right now, rejection can feel painful, especially when you had high hopes, when you believed something was meant for you. But sometimes rejection is simply redirection, guiding you away from what is not right and leading you toward what truly belongs to you. There are doors that close because they are too small for where you are going. There are situations that fall apart because they cannot support the future that is ahead of you. And while it may be difficult to understand in the moment, one day you will look back and be grateful that certain things did not work out because they were not part of your bigger purpose. The waiting period is not empty. It is filled with growth, strength, and preparation. It is shaping your mindset, building your resilience, and teaching you to rely on faith instead of immediate results. This is where your character is developed, where your patience is strengthened, and where your belief becomes deeper. You are being prepared not just to receive blessings, but to sustain them, to manage them wisely, and to appreciate them fully. Because when the right opportunity finally comes, it will not feel forced. It will not bring confusion. It will come with clarity, peace, and a sense of alignment that you cannot deny. So instead of seeing delays as something negative, begin to see them as part of a greater process. Trust that timing matters. Trust that everything is being arranged perfectly. And trust that what is meant for you will never miss you, no matter how long it takes. Stay faithful during the waiting. Stay positive when things do not go your way. And keep moving forward with confidence, and knowing that every delay is bringing you closer to something better, something greater, and something that is truly meant for you. And when it finally arrives, you will understand that the preparation was necessary, the waiting was worth it, and the outcome is far better than anything you could have planned on your own. There are seasons in life that feel heavy, confusing, and uncomfortable, moments when nothing seems to go the way you planned, and it becomes easy to question why you are facing so many challenges at once. But what you may not realize is that these difficult seasons are not meant to break you. They are meant to build you. They are shaping your character, strengthening your mindset, and preparing you for a level of life that requires greater endurance, wisdom, and faith. Growth does not happen when everything is easy. Growth happens when you are stretched beyond your comfort zone, when you are forced to adapt, to learn, and to keep going even when you feel like giving up. Every challenge you face is adding something valuable to your life, even if you cannot see it right now. The struggles are developing patience within you. They are teaching you how to stay calm under pressure, how to trust when things are uncertain, and how to remain strong when everything around you feels unstable. These are qualities that cannot be built in easy times. They are formed in moments of difficulty, when you choose to keep moving forward despite the obstacles in your path. Sometimes the pressure you feel is not meant to crush you. It is meant to refine you. Just like gold is purified through intense heat, your life is being refined through the challenges you are experiencing, removing weaknesses, strengthen your inner self, and preparing you to carry greater responsibilities and greater blessings. If everything came easily, you would not develop the strength needed to sustain long-term success. You would not appreciate the value of what you have, and you might not be ready for the opportunities that are ahead. That is why these seasons, even though they feel uncomfortable, are necessary for your growth. You are becoming stronger than you were before, wiser than you used to be, and more resilient with every challenge you overcome. Every setback is teaching you something important. Every disappointment is guiding you toward a better understanding of what truly matters. And every obstacle is pushing you to discover abilities within yourself that you did not know you had. It is easy to become discouraged when things are difficult, but you have to remind yourself that this is not your final destination. This is a phase, a temporary season that is preparing you for something greater. The strength you are building now will support you in the future. The lessons you are learning now will guide you later, and the faith you are developing now will carry you through even bigger opportunities. Instead of focusing on how hard things are, begin to focus on how much you are growing. Begin to appreciate the progress you are making, even if it feels slow, because every step forward, no matter how small, is still progress. Do not compare your journey to others, because everyone grows at a different pace. What matters is that you keep moving, you keep believing, and you keep trusting that everything you are going through has a purpose. There is a bigger picture that you cannot fully see yet, but it is unfolding with every experience you face. So stay patient, stay strong, and stay committed to your path. Because the person you are becoming through these challenges is exactly the person you need to be for the blessings that are coming your way. And when you finally reach that next level, you will realize that every difficult moment was worth it. Every struggle had a purpose, and every challenge played a part in shaping the stronger, wiser, and more prepared version of yourself that you are becoming. One of the biggest reasons people lose their peace and confidence is because they start comparing their journey to others. They look at someone else's progress, someone else's success, and begin to feel like they are falling behind. But what you have to understand is that your journey is unique, your path is different, and your timing is not meant to match anyone else's. When you compare yourself to others, you are stepping into a race that you were never designed to run, and that comparison will always steal your joy, your focus, and your faith, because there will always be someone who seems ahead of you, someone who appears to have achieved more. But what you cannot see is the full story behind their journey. You do not know the struggles they faced, the timing they were meant to follow, or the purpose they are walking in, and in the same way, they do not know your story either. So comparing yourself to them only distracts you from what truly matters, which is your own growth, your own progress, and your own purpose. There are things that are meant specifically for you, opportunities that are designed for your life, and blessings that are aligned with your calling, and those things cannot be rushed or forced. They will come at the right time when you are ready to receive them. Sometimes it may feel like others are moving faster, like doors are opening for them while you are still waiting. But that does not mean you are being left behind. It simply means your timing is different, and different does not mean wrong. In fact, your slower season may be protecting you from stepping into something too early. It may be giving you time to develop the strength, wisdom, and maturity that you will need later. If everything happened quickly, you might not be prepared to handle it, and instead of being a blessing, it could become overwhelming. So trust that where you are right now is exactly where you need to be, even if it does not look impressive, even if it does not feel exciting. There is still progress happening, there is still growth taking place, and there is still purpose in this season. Your journey is not meant to look like anyone else's. It is meant to reflect your own path, your own calling, and your own destiny. When you stop comparing and start focusing on your own life, you begin to notice how far you have already come. You begin to appreciate the small victories, the lessons you have learned, and the strength you have gained along the way. This shift in perspective allows you to move forward with confidence instead of doubt, with gratitude instead of frustration, because you realize that your story is unfolding in its own perfect way. There is no need to rush, no need to compete, and no need to feel pressured by what others are doing. What is meant for you will not miss you, and what belongs to you will come at the right time. Stay focused on your path. Keep working on yourself. Keep believing in your future, and trust that everything is coming together exactly as it should, because your journey is unique. Your timing is intentional, and your blessings are on the way. And when they arrive, they will fit your life perfectly, in a way that no comparison could ever match. Faith is not just something you feel when everything is going well. It is something you choose to live by, especially when things are uncertain, when you cannot see the outcome, and when nothing around you seems to be changing. True faith is believing that something good is on the way, even when there is no visible evidence. It is trusting that what has been promised will come to pass at the right time, even if the current situation suggests otherwise. Many people think they will believe once they see results, but faith works the other way around. You believe first, and then you begin to see things shift. This is where most people struggle, because it is easy to stay positive when everything is going your way. But it takes strength to stay hopeful when you are facing delays, setbacks, and unanswered prayers. This is the moment where your faith is being tested and strengthened. Because when you choose to believe despite the uncertainty, you are building a deeper level of trust, a trust that is not dependent on circumstances, but rooted in something greater. Your words play a powerful role in this process, because what you speak has the ability to shape your mindset and influence your direction. If you constantly speak doubt, fear, and negativity, you will begin to feel discouraged and lose motivation. But when you choose to speak words of hope, confidence, and expectation, you begin to shift your focus. You start to see possibilities instead of problems. You start to feel stronger. Instead of defeated, speaking positively is not about ignoring reality. It is about choosing to focus on what can change, rather than what is currently wrong. When you declare that things are improving, that opportunities are coming your way, and that better days are ahead, you are aligning your thoughts with a more hopeful perspective. And this shift can make a significant difference in how you approach your life. It gives you the energy to keep going, the courage to keep trying, and the resilience to keep believing, even when progress feels slow. There will be moments when doubt tries to enter your mind, when negative thoughts become louder than your faith. And in those moments, you have to be intentional about what you focus on. You have to remind yourself of what you believe. You have to repeat positive truths until they become stronger than your doubts. This is not always easy, but it is necessary if you want to move forward with confidence. Faith does not mean you will never feel uncertain. It means you do not allow that uncertainty to control your actions or define your future. You keep moving, you keep believing, and you keep speaking positively, even when it feels difficult, because you understand that change often begins internally before it becomes visible externally. The way you think, the way you speak, and the way you respond to challenges all play a role in shaping your path. So instead of waiting for everything to be perfect before you believe, choose to believe now, choose to speak positively now, and choose to trust that things are working in your favor. Because when you combine faith with positive action, you create a mindset that is open to growth, open to opportunities, and open to change, and over time. This mindset can lead you to experiences and outcomes that you once thought were out of reach. So stay consistent in your belief, stay intentional with your words, and continue to move forward with confidence, knowing that what you are hoping for is not as far away as it may seem, and that your faith, even in small amounts, has the power to guide you toward a better and brighter future. There comes a point in every journey where you start to feel tired, where the waiting feels longer than you expected, and the results seem slower than you hoped. And in those moments, it becomes very easy to think about giving up, to question whether anything will ever change, and to wonder if your efforts are even worth it. But this is often the exact moment where everything is about to shift. This is the moment right before a breakthrough begins to take place, even though it may not be visible yet, because progress does not always announce itself loudly. Sometimes it builds quietly, step by step, until one day it suddenly becomes clear. You have to understand that just because you cannot see immediate results does not mean nothing is happening. There are things developing beneath the surface. There are opportunities forming, and there are circumstances slowly aligning in ways that you cannot yet recognize. And if you choose to give up too soon, you might walk away just before things begin to change in your favor. That is why it is so important to remain patient and consistent, even when the journey feels uncertain, because consistency is what carries you through the difficult seasons. It is what keeps you moving forward when motivation fades. And it is what allows small efforts to eventually turn into meaningful results. Many people stop because they expect quick outcomes, but lasting success and meaningful change often require time, effort, and persistence. You may not realize it, But every step you take, no matter how small, is adding up every time you choose to keep going instead of quitting. You are building momentum, and that momentum will eventually lead to a breakthrough moment. There will be a time when things begin to fall into place, when opportunities start to appear, and when the progress you have been working toward finally becomes visible. And when that happens, it will feel sudden. It will feel like everything changed overnight, but in reality it was the result of all the effort, patience, and belief that you maintained during the unseen stages of your journey. So instead of focusing on how far you still have to go, begin to appreciate how far you have already come. Recognize the strength you have developed, the lessons you have learned, and the resilience you have built along the way. These are not small achievements. They are important parts of your growth, and they are preparing you for what comes next. There will always be moments of doubt, moments where you feel like you are not making progress. But those moments do not define your entire journey. They are just temporary feelings that will pass if you continue moving forward. What matters most is that you do not stop, that you do not allow temporary discouragement to turn into a permanent decision to quit, because your breakthrough could be closer than you think. It could be just around the corner, waiting for you to take a few more steps, to hold on a little longer, and to keep believing a little stronger. So stay committed to your path. Stay patient with your progress, and trust that everything you are working toward is slowly coming together, even if it does not look like it right now. Because one day, sooner than you expect, you will reach a point where all the waiting, all the effort, and all the persistence finally pay off, and you will be glad that you did not give up when things felt difficult. You will be grateful that you kept going, because that decision to continue, even in uncertainty, is what will lead you into a new season of blessings and opportunities that make the entire journey worthwhile. As you move forward from here, carry this truth in your heart, that nothing you have faced has been without purpose. Every delay, every challenge, every moment of waiting has been shaping you, strengthening you, and preparing you for something greater than you can see right now. Even when life felt still, things were being arranged in your favor. Even when doors closed, better ones were being prepared. And even when you felt uncertain, there was a plan unfolding step by step. You are not behind, you are not forgotten, and you are not stuck. You are in a process that is leading you into a new season of blessings, a season where things begin to shift, where opportunities start to appear, and where the effort you have put in begins to show results. So do not let doubt take away your confidence. Do not let temporary setbacks define your future. Keep your faith strong. Keep your mindset positive, and keep moving forward with belief in your heart. Because what is ahead of you is worth the journey you have been through. And at the right time, everything will come together in a way that makes sense, in a way that feels right, and in a way that reminds you that all along things were working in your favor. So stay hopeful, stay patient, and get ready, because you are stepping into a new season of blessings, where the best is still yet to come.